Yesterday just ushered in a new version of FAFO. You know, F around and find out. Up until now, it's been a lot of Trump voters finding out the hard way that their vote just bit them right in the ace. But now, yesterday, it came down on people who thought they were untouchable. Right-wing law enforcement and private security thugs in the heart of die-hard red state country. And it's coming down hard. They thought they could put a stop to all the protests that had been happening at Republican town halls by mostly Republican voters, and they thought wrong. Kootenai County Republican Central Committee, along with right-wing Sheriff Bob Norris, thought they could throw out anyone who protested at their town hall, but it got ugly. Norris tried throwing out a woman for her behavior, and he employed private security guards to do it. It got ugly. Well, new video has surfaced which I'm going to show, and as you will see, the violent actions by several private security thugs is not only outrageous, but it's going to cause several people to be subjected to FAFO. Watch.
We're over-talking you because your voice is meaningless right now, and we're just taking care of the relevance.
You're not helping. You're not helping. You are not helping.
Sheriff Norris, this gentleman is assaulting me! This man is assaulting me! This man is assaulting me! Is this your deputy? Is this your deputy? No!
No, is he your deputy?
Is he a deputy? No! He's our deputy! Who else?
So how about that nose cheek? Oh my goodness. Elon Musk.
Yes, you heard that correctly. The guy at the podium is Ed Bijarana. And what he said is, we've got to be a little aggressive with some of these folks here. Your voice is meaningless right now. I can talk over all of you. Well, good for you, Ed. Then he went on to call Dr. Teresa Borenpol a little girl who spoke up and now doesn't want to suffer the consequences. Can you be any more condescending there? Now keep watching as Dr. Borenpol is assaulted by private security.
Who are you?
Show your badge!
Who are you?
Yeah, that's what they say to racists. You refuse to identify.
People are screaming at them to show identification, to clarify if they are law enforcement. They get no answer. What this new video also shows is at least one man did try to intervene, but he was forced out as well. And in that process, what this new video also shows is that there were more than 2 security guards, and they were armed and they already had zip ties, meaning this was planned. Well, the city of Coeur d'Alene is not putting up with it. Only a day after the assault, the police department released a statement and local news covered it. Watch this.
And cheering at a legislative town hall in Coeur d'Alene as it appears that Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris tells these 2 men to remove that woman you just heard from the event being put on by the Kootenai County Republican Central Committee. You can also see Sheriff Norris recording the incident on a phone while the woman asks if the 2 men were deputies. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. We now know those 2 men work for a private security company. Today, the city of Coeur d'Alene revoked that company's license, and Coeur d'Alene police are recommending charges against the woman, Teresa Borenpol, be dropped.
So Lear Asset Management not only lost their license, they're going to get the pantsuit off of them with a legal fund that has reached over $175,000. And what about good old Sheriff Bob? Well, he's being looked at too. Watch.
The board released a statement reading in part, quote, "We ask that people consider allowing for the investigation to finish before drawing conclusions."
He's not commenting, and the county board is telling everyone to be patient. He's definitely being investigated by the police and the county. You in trouble, Sheriff Bob. And what about our cocky MC who provided all the great commentary? Well, social media has a special place just for him. Poster Amy McFly posted his LinkedIn page, and others are reporting that he shut down his Twitter account. One thing should be made clear. Teresa Borenpol was not dragged out because she was out of line. She was dragged out because she is a Democrat and one who has run for office before. So all of that is going to come out in the investigation, and we need to keep the heat on. People should call the governor of Idaho's office and put on pressure. I don't know where you can find the number, but, try. And don't just let them palm you off on the mayor's office. Apply some pressure. But yes, also call the mayor's office. Again, I don't know where you can find the number, but it's worth trying to look it up. But it's time to do more than just make phone calls. First, give money to the Kootenai County Democratic Party because they are going to need it when they run their candidate for sheriff. And that's the last thing we need to do. Run for local office, school board, city council, anything and everything local. And let's build from the bottom up. But definitely, if I were someone with a law enforcement background living in Kootenai County, I would start my campaign for sheriff now. You'll have financial backing from across the country. And let's face it, your campaign video has already been made. And I'm saving the most important action item for the end. There was one, count him, one man who stood up for Teresa Borenpol. And where were the rest of them? Well, most of them were jeering because she was a liberal. Fine, let them. We'll see how they react when it's their daughter or grandchild being dragged out of a young Republicans meeting. But for the rest of you men, this is the lesson we were supposed to have learned from the George Floyd murder. It is not enough to record video of what is going on. When law enforcement, or in this case, rent-a-thugs, are acting out of line, we have to intervene. We have to lay our bodies on the line, and we have to call out others to intervene with us. That doesn't mean assault them. It means impeding what they're trying to do and doing it with greater numbers. That's what being a citizen means. And my final point, if you see more than 2 people using their phones for video, then use yours to call the police. There were Coeur d'Alene police in the parking lot at this event, and they had no idea what was going on inside. They could have been summoned. They would most likely have intervened, because if there's one thing cops don't like, it's private security assaulting civilians. But they stayed outside because not enough people called. Call. Get involved. That's how we save this country. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.